of friends sitting down talking about the world. Fake deep think, leave me low. We kind of
Dickin'.
John.
What's up, guys? You're
Doc.
Yo, what's up?
And myself, Eugene. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Fake Deep Thinking. Sorry we're running late. We had to get some audio things underway. We tried to get Ethan to chime in here. And honestly, we should have recorded that live because the struggle was real. We were low-key talking to each other the entire time, but we just couldn't hear each other. But we got Ethan in here. What's up, Ethan?
What's going on?
There we go.
John.
You're
Doc.
Yo.
Ian in the back. I'm trying. And myself, Eugene. All right, so we're going to start off with some controversy because we like to keep it hot. We're going to get with the Postmates bottom-friendly
I thought
menu.
you were talking about the real controversy, how I had to take the ladder, goddamn.
Oh, that's right. Actually, I do want to get into that. Honestly, my
Yeah,
mind
fine.
got
We'll
right
get
into
into
the
it.
motions. No, I want to get to that, really. I actually do want to get to that. So apparently he almost lost his life, he claims, trying to get inside my house. So quick backstory. So we have to redo the floors and the deck. So the access to the deck is destroyed. Well, I shouldn't say destroyed. It's under construction, so there's no stairs. And I was redoing the floors, polyurethane, so I had to let it dry and cure. So the only way to get in was I set up a stairs from the top of where the
You set up what?
driveway is. A ladder. I'm sorry, I did say stairs.
Oh, okay.
You want that specification. A ladder. And you had to climb down the ladder. But instead, I had the now I'm tripping right now. The pillars already installed, and I put like 1x12 boards across, so you had a platform to walk to a more.
But you also have to be careful where you step, because if you step at the end,
It's a little weak.
it might. Exactly.
I would assume you'd know this.
Oh, I knew it.
But
But it was still terrifying.
Okay, so
And plus, I had a cheeseburger and like a whole bunch of stuff in my hands. I had to resituate myself just to do it. Like, had to put the water bottle on the side of my book bag. Had to get the book bag.
were you wobbling? Were your hands
Nah,
up?
I'm steady. You know that. I'm steady, my boy.
Like I said last time, you left low-key heights. That's why I tried to make it a little bit
I am
easier.
terrified.
Yeah, but how far is the fall?
Like 13, 14
It's not that. No, it's not
feet.
that. No.
It's taller than a regulation basketball goal.
No, it's not.
I could not dunk from the bottom of your patio to where the floor is on the top.
How tall is that blue ladder, Ian?
8 feet,
How tall is the orange one?
12.
See?
Oh, I was off by a
And
foot.
the orange, no. But the orange ladder is significantly taller than the porch right now. You're talking about you're off by 5 feet.
Wow. You're telling me it's a 7-foot drop, Gene? So you're telling me with my hand.
Where are you measuring? From the bottom of the porch to the top of the porch?
I'm measuring from the floor to the bottom of the porch.
Probably a 10-foot fall, maybe 9. I think 10 stretching it.
I could not dunk that. That's what I'm telling you. I am 6 foot plus.
You're old. You don't got hops anymore.
I'm old and I don't have hops anymore. No, I did not eat the cheeseburger. The cheeseburger's right here. Okay? I didn't eat that shit.
Anyway,
Survive the adventure.
funny story actually. I almost fell off that porch when we were putting pillars
Oh,
up.
did you?
Yeah.
Well, you would have been okay.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Guess
you
what?
would've
I
been
was
just
okay.
fine.
I'm here to talk about it.
No, you would have been just fine if you fell, since it wasn't such a long fall.
It would have been funny.
No, but you would have been fine. That's why it would have been funny, right? No danger, no injury at all. Fall off fucking 12 feet talking
You know
about
what?
some goddamn.
I'm glad we started this because I got a better segue into a topic now. We'll segue into laughing at men's pain. Go to that one on Instagram.
Oh, God. I know what you're talking about.
Yep. So John shared this about who was this? Yeah, Spiritual World had a post about DeRay Davis lost his virginity to two 30-year-old women.
Which they did take the clip from Vlad TV.
Vlad
just to
TV,
give
thank
them.
you. That's who I was thinking of. I just can't remember the name. From Vlad TV. It says right there. I'm tripping. And let's just watch the clip and react.
But I've had older women who thought I wasn't being parented correctly, slightly try to take advantage of me, and not slightly, have taken advantage of
But
me.
you lost your virginity to two 30-year-olds
Yeah,
at the same time?
yeah, two ugly, horrible looking women.
And you were
What was I?
how old?
11.
11.
Going to 12. I had no hair on me.
Right.
I remember not having, and it was disgusting. And to this day, it's difficult for women to get me to go down. It's difficult. The girls that have had it, you're welcome. It's hard. It's hard for me. It's hard for me to go down, man, because I remember what it was like down there. It was like a scary jungle. It was a terrible place to be. It was a terrible place to be, and they were like taking turns. I was just happy to be up. I don't know. It made my Kool-Aid taste different.
And we laugh about this.
I know, but because I'm a boy, I know it's different, and we should know. We need to just pay more attention to what happens. But
All right, pause, Ian.
I've had.
So the reason why I segue into that from what we're talking about is just because why as men do we laugh at our pain, our pain and each other's pain? Like the comment I made earlier about getting whooped by your parents, I laugh at it, and then obviously you joking about threatening life and me, fall off the bridge, we're lucky talking shit about it, laughing at it. This man was genuinely traumatized.
No, yeah. He got real deal trauma. But you know how it is. Like most comedians,
And even the story I shared of my experience, and we're just low-key joking about it, laughing about it.
100%.
But it's so funny
bro.
that
His
guy,
pain was,
the interviewer had the exact same reaction we did, where we were just like, I don't know why we're laughing at this. I know we shouldn't be, but we're doing
Oh, no.
We're dealing with it.
No. We are laughing because he made it funny. He's a comedian. He made it funny. He said, why was one of the details, I ain't have no hair on my body? Why?
Well, no, he started with they were ugly.
Yeah, but he said, I ain't have, that's not even, I mean, it was funny the way he said it. But when he said, I ain't had no hair on my body, I remember I ain't had no hair on my body. That's wild. That's a wild detail for the story.
Like, we throw in little tidbits like that, man.
It's a joke, but I'm trying
to make it easier, yeah, because he was trying to make it funny.
Out, you know what I mean?
So he made it easier for me to laugh at the shit. But
yeah, because he's not trying to take you down there, you know what
exactly.
I mean?
But if he told me crying, I wouldn't laugh at the story, is what I'm saying.
No, I get you. Okay.
Yeah, like if he was dead ass serious, like, yo, son.
Well, I guess to tie that
maybe
in.
behind his back. So
do you think this is a right or wrong way to, I guess, express that? Because I guess some people would argue that he's suppressing his trauma.
Coping.
I mean, yeah, definitely. Like, there's always gonna be that like psychiatrist point of view that says that. Regardless, though, I think it's his way of expressing that. Whatever got him to get it out, if he wants to talk about it, then that's how he got it out. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, people spend hours trying to figure out how they. Who, me?
No, there was a fly and John got
I
it.
was like, what are you talking about?
Sorry.
Yeah, but like people spend hours trying
to
to bring this stuff out of you. I mean, sometimes like you get it while you're riding horses together or something like that. And I only say that because I know people that go to therapy with horses and stuff. And so like however he comes out with it, man. As long as he wanted to talk about it, I think that's
a wild form of abuse. Like make him go down is wild. That's wild. I got
a story to tell because it's funny. It's funny. No, it's funny you say it like because it makes me question to the degree of how they get you to go down.
What you mean? Were you actually he was 11 years old.
Well, that's my question. Were you actually forced or were you just manipulated? Because I had a girl one time, straight up, literally grind my face into her. Like she would not let me up. I'm telling you, she forced me to do it.
And you got your face fucked?
Yes, John. Yes. I actually did.
Ian in the back.
Yeah, you just hear Ian in the back.
Fucking peanut gallery.
Fuck you, Ian.
No, she fucked you, my boy.
This guy.
She said, "Give me that face."
Honestly, straight up, it was like that. I'm not even gonna lie.
Not I.
So that was my question. Like, was it something like that, or is it just took advantage of you being a young man and you just really wanted to be with the woman, even though they're ugly, man?
I can count the amount of vaginas
like you said, it
I've
changed
had in
his
my
Kool-Aid
face
a little
on
bit.
one hand.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
So I can count the amount of vaginas I've had in my face in one hand. On one hand, I really no trauma either. Just didn't fuck with it. I gotta be man. Look.
No fly zone for you.
Nah, I mean I'll do it if like I'm in love type shit.
I was about to say this probably should have been an after dark topic, but like
it started to hover that way.
yeah, right? It's all right.
Yeah,
off from this man's trauma.
But look at us.
But for real,
there's
though,
moments in there.
Go
for it.
If he was forced to do it, then yeah, it's genuinely fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? Like as an 11-year-old kid, regardless, like you kind of can't justify it. Like,
can't.
even if you wanted it, it's irresponsible of the adults who made him do it as an 11-year-old. So he definitely has some issues, and you can tell. Like, I mean, he's not reciprocating in like certain forms of love and stuff like that. But I think you really have to spend time with the guy to really see how much it affects him.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at the still of the video.
I guess that makes sense.
Look at his face in the still of the video. He's mid telling jokes, but that pain, that pain.
No, the still when you see the pain was in the end after all the jokes, and it's
He was
time to like get serious again about talking about himself. Like, yes, go do that, Ian. Scroll to the end, or is it like? See, exactly.
He's looking at the floor like that.
Yo,
That happened actually.
yo,
the pain.
they did my boy dirty.
Yo,
They did my boy dirty.
I told you.
Oh my god.
All right, last funny question, and then, so, is bushy a problem for y'all?
Bushy?
Yeah, because like you said, it was
Man, keep that
bushy.
shit waxed. Fuck
Yeah,
out
I
of
agree
here,
with
son.
that,
Keep that shit
Yeah,
waxed.
I like a lot. I don't mess with
Yeah.
that.
A little hair is okay, like if it's growing from the wax that you just got.
Well, hold on. I don't like it stubby because at that point it becomes like sandpaper. Like, what do you
Yeah,
do
but I
with it?
mean, every 2 weeks, every month
I
or
get what you're
something like
saying.
that. I forget how quick it is for girls.
I get what you're
But
saying.
keep that thing waxed. Keep going.
So we're not bush, or I don't even know, like we're not what beaver eaters. I guess the phrase.
Nigga, eating hair is wild. That's
I don't
real.
like the jungle.
And then honestly speaking,
I don't like the jungle. Fuck that.
honestly speaking, yeah, like he said, like a scary jungle. Honestly speaking, don't do that to me. Why you gonna make me work that hard?
I completely agree with you.
Like, come on now. How do I even separate? Like, come on, so I need a comb.
I'm not gonna lie to you. No, give me a razor. Screw this. That's why I know. But that's why I understand you're coming about love, because like if
It's real love.
it's real love. Like if you like, I'll shave it. We'll try to make some sensual out of it.
I'll save it. No, I'll pay for it to go get waxed, nigga.
Don't
Go
put
get
something, make it something
waxed.
sensual. I don't know.
No, sensual about shaving your bitch coochie. Fuck out of here.
I'm coming from the perspective of being married a long time.
Jesus
Sometimes
Christ.
sex gets
I would
boring.
never.
I don't know. Who cares?
I
It's
would
just hair.
never.
I just don't want it
shave
in my
girl
face.
coochie. I would never do
Honestly,
it.
I'd be terrified too. But
Terrified.
that's straight. Let's love
here's
though.
the, here's the
like,
different question. Here, I want to be devil's advocate.
Go for
Oh
it.
my god, he gonna make me shave my girl coochie somehow. I see it
Would
coming.
you let her shave you?
Ooh.
Nah. Son, you gotta go with the grain. She gotta know what's going on.
That's
nah.
love though.
That's
Hold on.
love.
That's what I'm
Hold
saying,
on.
right?
Time out. I want to get
You-
Ethan's
you
opinion.
gotta
Ethan's
think about that.
married.
Son, I gotta be like
Ethan's married.
wheelchair ridden. Like,
Hold on. I want to get Ethan's opinion. Ethan's married. So both questions
I'm
at you.
finna have
You eat
this
the
girl
bush
ask
or
me to shave
two?
my shit.
Would you shave your shit for her? Like let her shave you?
Well, right. I'm groomed. Okay.
Well groomed, my boy.
I grew up in the '80s when everything looked like a jungle.
Okay, oh god.
All right. What DeRay Davis is talking about, he went down and he was 11. Yo, that's my story, son.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's the best training right there. That's
The
the
best
best training
training?
right there.
Jesus.
But he's looking not wrong. That's why I said the joke. It changes the
You have no
Kool-Aid a
idea.
little bit.
But look at him. Look at the screen.
By the time I was 15, look at, yeah, he looks sad. Right? He looks sad. It's a bad part, right? So you know I'm mixed, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm black and I'm Puerto Rican. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm black.
Oh, you a double
my fa-
devil.
None of them do it. They're like, ah, man, I ain't a termite. No, I ain't. No. Yeah. You get it all in the back of your throat, right? And the Puerto Rican side, they're like, I gotta be like, no, Joe, okay, I got it right here. It's okay. Right? Yeah, man.
It's amazing.
So I learned early, right? Because I was homeless and these two chicks let me stay with them. And it was lesbian, right? But they like to play. So they,
We're
gonna teach you a little
They like to play.
right? They gonna teach me a little something. By the time I was 15, I was a pro. Bruh, I got more skin at 15 than most people at 25.
Oh my goodness.
So I don't know why he's saying that.
Why he complaining? Oh my goodness. Look at him. They had to look like concrete. Like they had to look
Bruh.
like.
Yeah, I'm
Bruh,
curious what
couple
the
Puerto
second.
Rican chicks in the 80s,
You said what?
they weren't hot. A couple Puerto Rican chicks in the 80s. Yeah, they
No, I
weren't,
know
like,
what you're
super
talking
hot.
about. I
You know what I'm
what you're
saying?
talking
But that's
about.
why it
they
comes to
want-
regret. Because then your kid, it's
He
just
said he
like
Puerto Rican and black. There's no way you're not from New York.
Grew up in the Bronx, son.
Oh, okay, I'm from Brooklyn. Oh, okay, that's what's going on. Okay, bet.
Yeah, I grew up in the South Bronx.
Okay, that's what's up. I was like, wait, black and Puerto Rican. There's no way this nigga's not from New York.
I want to ask Doc.
I
Hold
was
on,
out there.
real quick. I didn't ask Doc, and Doc didn't answer. Would you? Because you asked me. Would you let a girl shave you?
Oh, you're reflecting the question?
Because
Nah,
I said
feel
that's
like-
love. Like if I love her, then yeah,
Doc
I
just
would.
fucked you up just now because you didn't hear his answer.
What'd
Go
he
for
say?
it, Doc. I would love to hear it again. A little louder, please.
Oh, I said nah.
Oh!
That's just to me. I want control.
Okay.
I want control.
Okay, shaving me like I'm a baby.
I
And
guess
you don't even shave babies.
you don't. I guess my perspective is coming from because one time I had a girl literally bathe me, and low
I mean,
key,
that's cool, man. That shit feels cool.
but that's why I'm
That's
When you
talking
say
about,
bathe
fine.
you,
Yeah.
was it like that's different though? I feel like that's like
it's the pampering. That's why.
The
But it
cleaning.
comes to the level of trust. Yeah, bathing is different. Like she's scrubbing my arms and whatnot. Like yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
no,
it's
no,
different.
question,
But then
hold on.
the next
Shower
level of
babe,
trust
or were
is-
you in a tub full of water and she washed your body?
I had both.
I don't know about that tub full of water. I'm gonna be real with you.
It was essential. Taking a bath together. We relaxed in the bath together. You know, made a thing of it, and then afterwards, obviously, we had to get clean up.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
feel you.
I
just
just-
feel like
I just think
nursing
of
home
fucking,
type
like-
shit. When you
I just think of like samurai movies, and they're just fucking sitting there, and they're getting like scrubbed in the hot fucking spa or whatever.
No,
no,
it
that's
wasn't-
fine.
I mean, something I actually did hit my back. Obviously, we were in the bath, but I mean, like, it wasn't anything like a
Yeah.
hot spot. But obviously, like, it was supposed to be a romantic thing. It
Nigga,
was
you
like
was in a
Valentine's.
porcelain tub.
No, it wasn't that. It was back at the college, like one of those. Oh yeah, I guess that's your point.
Yeah.
No, I thought of
It
something
was not the
different. No,
equivalent
yeah.
of a samurai in a hot spring.
No, when I thought of a porcelain, I
No,
thought of like a one we got
think it's something
upstairs that we
different.
got installed. That's
Oh,
what I
okay,
thought.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
something
okay.
fancy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it wasn't,
They got
it
some
wasn't
fancy shit now.
But that's my point though. It's like
It's
it's like a
Sauna.
pampering kind of thing, and that's why I preface like that's a level of trust that if I love
Yo.
if I'm married and I love her,
Yo.
you know what?
Yo,
Well, I'll try.
Yo.
I'll let it.
letting my dick get sucked is a level of trust.
So why don't I let her shave it?
That's a risk it, no biscuit.
Exactly.
Huh?
Just a quick chomp. So why not let her shave it then?
I just gotta hope it's just as nasty. The idea of the visual of that being chomp is just as
I
horrible
would
to her
assume
as
the
it is
chomp
to
is
me.
worse than the shave, the visual. So
Exactly. That's what I'm counting on. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
you don't
the
know.
extreme is too much.
Exactly. You
Okay.
can't feel pain for nobody else.
Okay.
So like, don't be, don't be just switching up angles and goddamn, God no.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
God no. The balls? You tripping? Fuck out of here. The balls?
I'll groom myself. I'll give the same courtesy, but like to let somebody else do it, I don't know, man. I want that control because for sure, if I ever have to give it up, like I'm gonna be looking at her hands and be like, if they're fucking shaking and shit, I'm like, no, you're not anywhere near.
You're not ready.
No,
Shaking
obviously that. Like, hell
gooch?
no,
Yeah.
hell no.
Bro,
What's your spatial awareness? What's your
tripping.
radio
No, you're going
skill?
too
Like,
deep.
How good are your hands? I gotta figure this out.
All right, we got too visual. Let's move on. Let's get the original controversy. Let's get out of here.
Look at the pain.
Crazy segue.
Oh man, this is what we doing next?
Yeah, crazy segue.
Hey Ethan, go ahead and mute your mic. I'm just messing with you because you're gonna hate this one.
All right, so we got an ad for Postmates, quote from a tweet. You shouldn't miss a good meal for a good time. That's why this Pride we've teamed up with Dr. Evan Goldstein and Smart the Throb to create the world's first bottom-friendly menu. Yep, it's real. Eat with #EatWithPride. So we got this video for y'all.
What are you eating this Pride? Well, if you're a top, it seems like you can eat whatever you want. But if you're a bottom, you're expected to starve? Not this Pride. Introducing the bottom-friendly menu from Postmates.
What does it even fucking mean?
We teamed up with Dr. Evan Goldstein from Bespoke Surgical to bring you a menu of bottom-friendly foods backed by science. Insoluble fiber won't help you feel cute, so avoid things like whole grains, wheat bran, cauliflower, potatoes, legumes. Hold up, are you just fully diving into those beans? The problem with these foods is they don't dissolve in water, which could cause a traffic jam in your digestive system, making a mess of your evening. Speaking of messy, it's a good idea to avoid dairy.
I cannot handle lactose right now. Okay.
If you're going to eat something insoluble, give your body about 24 hours to process all of it. Soluble fibers and protein are the key to having some good, clean fun. These all digest easily and slowly while feeding your good gut bacteria, which makes sushi a great bottom-friendly option. There's no right or wrong way to bottom. But if you're planning on getting peachy this Pride, the bottom-friendly menu on Postmates has the kinds of foods that could keep you feeling good.
Are you organic?
All right, go ahead and pause it, and it's basically it.
Oh my God, I cannot breathe. Hey Doc, I did not expect that reaction was wild. Can I just imagine? Yeah. I imagine a nigga talking to Doc and Doc turning to his friend like, yo, what the fuck did he mean?
I'm not gonna lie, I was like, they didn't say anything, but I still felt like it was TMI. Like I was like, what the fuck?
The fuck? Okay, I'm good. Y'all got it. I'm good.
Honestly,
go for it.
The TMI for me was the dressed fruits. It's like,
oh
it's
man,
we get it.
I deserve this laugh. I work hard.
It took me like a full minute to understand what they were talking about. I was like, why are there specific foods? I don't really understand. And then I finally clicked like what was happening, and I was like, oh, this,
what the fuck do they mean?
Definitely TMI.
You know what they mean, nigga? You know exactly what they mean. They got a fucking eggplant dressed like a dominatrix. First off, my vegetables done got sexy, ain't it?
That peach has a fucking jock strap on.
Yep. We got a jock strap and chapless pants. That's what I think they're supposed to be.
Honestly, though, I will admit this was where
wild.
I side with. This is where I side with Gene. Where I'm just like, why is it everything about sexuality? Where I'm just like, why does this fucking food commercial have to be about sex?
I guess it's funny because my question was going to be along the line. Here, finish your point, and then I'll ask my question.
Well, that was the end of it, man. Like, I just didn't think it needed to go into all of that. You know what I mean?
So my question is, I don't think this was on, like, I think this is just an internet ad. And so being an internet ad, is that fine? Because that means this is ad, they get to pick where specifically they advertise. And Postmates, I could be wrong here, is more of a liberal company. So it kind of makes sense that they do something like this, and their place where they advertise this would be a little more on the liberal leaning. So would that be an issue then?
I actually think it would, man, because it depends on where they're targeting it, like what platforms. But I mean, clearly it's on Twitter. Like, if I had a kid, you know what I mean, and they were like 13 or something like that,
scrolling through
like,
Twitter and they just come across the app.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's like they're on Twitter. They're gonna see Postmates. Like, everyone uses Postmates or fucking Uber Eats and stuff like that. So this isn't like a controversial company. You know what I mean? But they are putting out an ad that's to me a little controversial because very controversial because it's like, first of all, it's just a food delivery place, but like, why does it have to be about sex? Like, yeah, I mean, you can celebrate Pride Month and put the flag out over and like, hey, come to Uber Eats this Pride Month, whatever. Like, we've got you. We'll support all of like the gay clubs that are selling food or gay owned restaurants and stuff like that. That stuff's cool. This is directly like, where's the straight people food? Like, where's the foods that I need to have better like come? You know what I mean? Like, where's that ad for me? You know what I mean? I think it's the same kind of mentality. Like, where's all the where's my fucking pineapple menu so that I have better fucking semen? Like, that to me, that's the same level of the shit they just did. So it's like, where the fuck? Like, why would you do that?
I'm curious to hear that rebuttal to that argument because where is the?
I think this is
heterosexual ad for fruits and.
I think if you applied this to any other, I think if you apply this to any other thing, like for example, the Juneteenth ice cream.
Yeah.
It was. I think this is all poor marketing, is what I'm essentially trying to say, and I just think whatever community wasn't offended. I was about to bring that
point up because it goes back to the point you made about that stuff, which was it's just
like super leaning, yeah.
Because they don't even like all they had to do basically.
Like, you really made a menu about butt stuff, like, nigga, it's Pride Month. Isn't Pride the whole LGBTQ? Like, why are you like bottom friendly is almost even discriminatory to whatever other letters they want to fucking.
one
You know what I'm
sect of it,
saying?
I
Like,
guess
it's
what you're
one
saying.
y'all sticking to one letter really right now. So honestly, if they're not offended by it, I'm not trying to make anybody offended by it. But to me, it's just poor marketing. Like, it's the same people to me who made the ice cream. They did this, and whoever made that watermelon salad that I sent in the chat too, that ending was wild. But yeah, I think it's the same thing. I don't think it's, it was hilarious, honestly, but it was hilarious just because of its existence, not
It's hilarious because of
because.
its existence, but the whole content itself, in my opinion, I thought it was
No, it's
super
wild.
cringe.
It's wild.
Dude, honestly, to
I told
me,
you I
this
didn't
looks
believe
like
this topic.
This looks like a skit on like Saturday Night Live or the Chappelle Show or something like that. You know what I mean? Like this would be a funny, just little tidbit skit
I'm
that would
funny.
come out and be like, "Oh, it's funny," but
And
this is completely serious. It's just wild.
I thought they were going to take, okay, so I tried to play devil's advocate as long as I could silently watching the video. And I was like, man, maybe they're just talking about healthy digestive tract. Maybe they're just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
They definitely,
they said it, but I was like, maybe they're just talking
there was
about
a veil of it.
like just eating healthy to help you poop healthier. You get what I'm saying? That's cool, but then like eat with pride, like on Pride Month, and then like the way the eggplant was dressed, and then like shit was splashing on the peaches.
Innuendos.
Yeah, I was just like,
The
bro,
heavy
it
innuendos.
lost me halfway. Like I couldn't defend it. Not, I don't say.
Yeah, man, you don't want to get backed up.
I guess to make my point that I didn't get to make because Doc's right.
Doc, I
Like my
appreciate
point,
you.
big over point is why make everything sexual, and I don't understand the need to make this sexual.
Who is Dr. Evan Goldstein? Never mind. Forget it.
You sure?
But look, and Smart Throb to create the world's first bottom-friendly menu, right? Look to your right and see the relevant people. The guy's name is Fart Throb and Bottom Friendly. Creator of the Gay Science series and author of best-selling children's book.
Hold on, go to the. I just want to see real quick before we. Dr. Evan Goldstein. Uh oh.
Okay, we're good. We're back. We're good.
I think the stream dropped, but you guys are still here.
We're good. Everything's so good.
I mean, you're still here, but the stream isn't.
All right.
There you
Doc-
go.
There's a delay. Hold on, let me see that, and we'll get back. Start right back up. Random issues of the power surge or something, or Discord, or just
Discord just fucking rebooted itself.
just rebooted itself. That's random. Is the stream? Is Doc up on the stream?
I mean,
Oh.
I'm in it.
I see you guys up on. I see you guys up on.
Okay,
Okay,
You
cool.
too.
Yeah, Ethan's still here too.
my boy.
Okay. I just don't see Doc's feed on the.
It's up now.
Oh, it is up now.
It'll show up in like 10, 15 seconds.
All right. Perfect. Well, problems all the time. Problems all the time. What were you saying? Who was?
I know exactly why you're laughing at that time too. It's funny. We will discuss. No, the nigga,
I was saying, guys, click on
Smart
Dr. Evan
Throb.
Goldstein. Click.
No, not Evan Goldstein. Fuck him.
Who's Rob Anderson?
Look to the right.
Dude, obviously he's
Smart
the
Throb.
creator of
He's
the
the
Gay
guy.
Science series and author
Alright,
of
click
Best-selling children's book.
Go for it.
I don't know what children's book that is.
Number one fart throb, bottom friendly creator of the Gay Science series, and
Banner.
Fergie's Star Spangled Banner, but it's a children's book.
man, I don't want to. I don't want to dive into
Pledge
this.
allegiance to the pride flag. Math, counting genders.
We're getting too deep. Pull out. Pull out.
Make
Pull out.
make fun of straight people was next on the list.
Yo, we went a little too deep. We went a little too deep. Abandoned ship. Abandoned ship.
You okay with that, my boy?
Yeah, not doing that. We're not doing that.
Okay.
Funny. Looking at the face, and then you just start yelling, "Pull out!"
That's why I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't want to reply.
Fucked up wording for the topic at hand, but hey,
He said pull out.
hey, sometimes, bro,
Oh my goodness.
it ain't the right.
This nigga really said pull out. Hey,
How was
this
it
topic
taken?
has been giving me a whole bunch of laughter. You know what? It was worth it.
Nah, that was cringe, bro.
It was
Alright.
worth it for me.
Let's get away from controversy. Go something funny because I want more laughs. Let's
This podcast is
You're right.
sponsored to you by
Go for it. Oh, we did at the same time. Look at that synchronization.
I know.
I'll take it.
Go for it.
This podcast is sponsored by Angel Blinds, a local Atlanta, Georgia area small business. Their blinds help you get a new look for your living room, to your bedroom, to your dining room. They even have custom kids blinds. Might even get you a Pride blind. Maybe get some fruits with some jock straps on. With our promo code FDT, our audience gets 10% off their first picture. You can find them on Facebook page Angels Blinds or Instagram at Angels_Blinds. Check them out. Make sure you get your sexy fruit.
Also, hold on. Ethan, what do you think about the commercial that you just saw?
I like how he just started laughing. He just starts laughing.
He thought we was going to move on.
I was hoping y'all would, but no. Oh, hold on. Who's mates? Are they? Who are they? Because you said something about Uber Eats.
It's
Yeah,
Postmates.
they're like an Uber Eats company. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's below my age range. Just cook.
He said just
These things, if I don't see you cooking my food, I'm not eating it.
But that's a funny point,
works.
though. That's why it goes to the argument we were making earlier about who's really seeing this.
Son, you know how I would feel delivering that shit?
I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna be mad that little kids get to see this. That's just a whole other issue. And that's my personal issue.
Yo,
but why?
That's a thick ass peach too, ain't
shove
it?
this stuff up your butt? Why you want to shove this stuff up your butt? What is with people? Why you gonna take perfectly good peach and stick it in somebody's butt?
I'm telling you.
I don't think they're sticking this stuff up there, but I think it's about making it easier to stick other things fruit shaped up your butt. Not specifically the actual fruit.
So
that's the innuendo again.
They saying if you eat healthy, you clean the
Exactly.
That space is gonna be cleaner when stuff happens. That's what the food's about.
See?
This is why. Pull out.
Exactly. See, exactly. Exactly. All that from this. Exactly. All right.
I don't look. You went to that, fine. Right? That's not my thing, right? I can't look at another man's butt just be like, ooh. Right? That's just not for me. I can't.
It'd be
that,
wild
right?
if I had eat with shame.
I'll never eat a peach again, man. That's not, now, I'll have this advertisement in my brain every time I see a peach. It's not gonna happen. Just ruined it.
Just ruined peaches.
Pull out.
I don't know.
Exactly.
That peach thick over there, man.
Are you looking at that peach too much, bro? Chill
That
out,
peach
bro.
thick over there.
Hey,
Juicy peach.
I thought I was the one who's supposed to be.
And for people with hemorrhoids on a way to prevent it. That makes more sense.
Nah.
Fucking taco.
Honestly, that would be helpful. No, I'm not going to go there. Let's change topics.
Sound like a painful subject.
It would be. It is a painful subject. I'm not even going to lie to you. Let's change subjects. All right, let's go into a viral TikTok involving.
Hemorrhoid with pride.
Yeah, no, that one, Ian. The other one, the gym one.
Oh.
Yep. So
Pull up.
this was a viral. This went viral. This was a TikTok, and John said this in the chat, and I looked more into this, and it was a little funny.
I know
So
I
we're
should've
gonna
sent this
get
shit in
our
the chat.
reaction.
I
So what
never
this?
should have sent this shit. But go ahead.
Why?
It was automatically gonna get picked.
Trainer gets
No, yeah,
caught
go ahead,
on
play it.
camera being a pervert. And when I stand up for myself, he threatens to call the police and revoke my membership.
Do you need something? Do you need something? Do you need something? Okay, I thought so. Keep it pushing.
If you're getting rude, you can leave. Nobody was looking at you any type of way. I don't own the gym, I work here. Yes. And
That
if you're
means
getting
what?
rude, then you can leave.
That means what?
I can call the police and have you trespass right now. Would you like that?
Go ahead.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead, let him know.
That's what we'll do. So right now, I need you to take your stuff and head up front. Like she said, you can use some. We got
Trainer gets caught
All
on
right, pause. So you saw in the chat, and I was looking up stuff on TikTok, and this came up, and it went pretty viral. Obviously on Instagram, it got 600,000 views, and on TikTok, it got millions. And so
I didn't hear the "oh damn" or see that, by the way.
that's the question. So obviously, she revealed it, trying to put it in a certain light. You can't really hear if there was really an "oh damn" people question that, but basically, she put this trying to show how there was this guy, I guess, was a pervert or a creep or whatever she's trying to say. And because the original one, I think she called him a pervert or a creep, trying to check her out. And it's obviously backlash. Some people were trying to say she read too much into it. So the first question is, what do you guys think? Do you guys think he was checking her out? Was he being perverted? Did she overreact? Was she justified in her reaction?
I think she was looking hard, looking ass. That's what she was doing the whole time, staring to see if somebody was staring at her. So did she set this up for this scenario? I think so. I think she wanted some clicks and wanted to also boost her ego because now look how good I look that men can't control themselves around me. It's such a dude. She might be and this is my opinion. If everything I'm saying is right, this is a psychopath. Honestly speaking, because it's too much. One, you want to boom. So one, you want to set up the camera, right? And people set up the camera and record their workouts. That's fine.
Well, it's funny she says that Free Spirit said that. Was she working out or adjusting her outfit? Because the second clip was because she actually made her account private. I was trying to actually get all the TikToks, the original one, and then her reaction up there, but she made her account private, so I couldn't. So that's why I had to go with this one, unfortunately. I don't know, so we could get the full context of the story. But with the second video, it's him actually kicking her out. I think it was a short, her explaining it, but you see her just posing the entire time, not working out at all, just posing. Basically, after she took her shirt off, she started doing her little posing, because clearly what she tried, I'm assuming intentional, she wasn't trying to catch somebody, I'm assuming good intentions here. She was actually trying to take a video for a TikTok probably of, Jim Bay pose kind of stuff.
Okay, that's fine, but
she did get kicked out.
If that
she got her gym
explains why
membership
she's
revoked.
recording, that's fine. But to me, when she started taking off her shirt, she immediately started looking for people to look. Those two individuals right there. When she wrote, "oh damn," that doesn't mean that's what was said. I didn't hear it. I've seen the video on my phone and zoomed in. He looked like just like anybody would look if somebody raised their hands or took their shirt off. Or I don't know. I just didn't see him looking directly at her. Like, I even think the argument could be made he wasn't even looking at her until she said something.
What's your TikTok?
Yeah, I didn't hear the "oh damn," so if that triggered her, that's complete bullshit in my opinion.
That's a good question.
Like,
what triggered her? Go on.
Well, he looked over, and like, I mean, you're checking out a girl at the gym. Like, you look over, you're like, cool, whatever, and you look back, you do whatever you're doing. I don't think he was actually going to engage her or anything. I think he was about to like look back, and then she started looking at him in the mirror, and then she engaged, and then that's when their like thing happened. And then I think that's when he was just like, whoa, what the fuck's happening? And then he like clearly came over. I think if she hadn't said anything, like nothing would have ever happened in this situation at all. But I don't know if it's anybody, like any single person to blame specifically. I just think this girl is pretty narcissistic, and like it's just a clash of like the guy also, just checking her out. Like, is it illegal to check a girl out? That's the other thing that's like kind of the issue to it, right?
I'm glad you
Like,
asked. I was going to get to that.
Is
too.
there? I'm actually curious if there's
I'll
more.
let
Go for it.
well, because I mean, if she's having her gym bay photo shoot in front of everybody, like people are gonna look.
She's posting
Because
it for
you're
people to look.
bringing attention to yourself.
Yeah, and so it's a weird situation where I think her narcissism just flared up, and this whole situation happened. I did think the guy escalated once he got pissed.
I
and
do.
then all of
I
a
do
sudden it
agree with
gets into a
that.
crazy thing.
I do agree with that. He definitely escalated it by threatening to kick her out and
Is
all
there
that stuff.
is there more space? I mean,
Ego. It's
nobody
definitely
knows.
a clash of egos, to be completely honest.
But do you think there's
Yeah.
more space in the gym in the left corner, like the bottom right corner? Like, do you think it's like pretty much? You think it's a small gym, like that's the whole gym right there, or do you think there's like space over there?
It's either a small gym or a private gym.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if it was,
I mean-
obviously you know what the LA Fitness looks like and Gold Gym and Planet Fitness, they look like. It doesn't look like that. So this is probably like a private gym, depending on the intensity of that private gym. Like,
And so I'm not saying that he wasn't looking at her. I'm just saying, in my opinion, like before I seen the video, like his face just seemed like he was just looking in the direction. I wasn't sure. I didn't see like any lustful intent or anything like
well,
that.
also because of the slowdown, you generally don't know how long he was looking.
And also, he's an employee. He needs to be looking around. Like, I'm just saying there's people who are perverse, and it's obvious.
Exactly, she called him a pervert, and if he just looked, does that make you a pervert for looking?
I don't think so, especially not the way he was doing it. Like, he just kind of looked over her shoulder. And
it's his job to look.
Yeah.
Because you started to, take your shirt off in a gym to take pictures. Like, isn't there? And I know this is probably a dumb point to make, but a dress code too. So
I don't know about that.
Well, the reason why I say that is because I think maybe by adding to your point or trying to piggyback off your point, which was he's obviously working there. He's got to keep tabs on everything. Mm-hmm. And there low key is a dress code at a gym. There's certain things you can and can't wear. I know at certain gyms, like they don't allow guys to wear those deep cut shirts.
Oh, okay.
So if you're at a gym and you got a girl, obviously the motion of taking off her shirt, it's like, whoa, what are you taking your shirt off into? Mm-hmm. So he's probably got to make sure it's not breaking the place code if they have that kind of code. And if it's okay, then it's like, all right, I'm turning away, which is what he clearly did. He looking, nobody know what he's looking at, how attractive she is, or if she's taking off her shirt. We generally don't know what he's turning around to look at.
Also, she didn't ask him what he identifies as. She don't know if he even into that.
She assumed his sexuality.
Oh, I'm smart. I'm finna start fucking people up. Oh my gosh.
I feel like I have another question, but you threw me off with that. Give me a second.
My bad.
No, you're good. What was the other question?
How she know he don't like fish?
What?
How she know he not attracted to human beings? Like, he could have been, man, look.
Doc touched on it. I wanted to elaborate more on that, which was about the guy's overreaction. Like, do you guys think he overreacted? Doc said he did. I kind of agree with him. What do you think?
No, I completely agree.
Was he justified in the overreaction? That's, I guess, the question.
No, he definitely overreacted.
But was he justified in the overreaction? Like, does he get a pass in that overreaction because she obviously provoked that situation? No?
Because it was a moment where he escalated it. That's why he no longer gets a pass. People.
So he's got to take it to the chin, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Basically.
No, like after he seen what she was talking about, like that, could have just kept it moving and vented to his friend or whatever it was. But like as far as trying to get her removed, like he
got her membership revoked.
Yeah, like he was rightfully mad.
He actually got it revoked.
Yeah, her membership. That's how I wanted to get the second video for context. I mean, maybe Ian could find it. Nah, don't worry about it. But all it says is like she got the police called. No, but he did. This is the first video. The second video, part 2, is where she's recording it. She's in the gym. She's in the mirror, like flexing. When she's explaining how he actually called the police, so she had to leave. Not before, and she said this, not before I finished my workout, and he revoked my membership.
Yeah, he wilding. That was a lot. But he do not fuck around. Don't lie on me, bitch. That's what he said. Don't you lie on me, bitch.
I mean, as we read in the comments here, right here, like from Tris the L. First, scroll down a little bit in the comments.
No, this is defamation.
Yeah, no, this is defamation character. First off, she came in there to start some shit and got the nerve to call someone a pervert.
Free Spirit says people should dress how they please, but also be prepared for the attention they might or might not receive.
Well, first you also got to be aware though of the attention too. Like, if you're going to be prepared, you got to be aware of what you're wearing. And I don't think maybe that's my cynicism is I don't think people are that aware.
Wouldn't preparedness come with awareness? Exactly.
So how can you prepare if you're not aware?
I'm saying I think you're splitting hairs.
No, I definitely am. It's just this is a frustration I have. Is all.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say like because if
people who do that is my problem. Like it's a very valid point, but then people say I shouldn't have to. Shouldn't matter what I wear. Like just because I wear something shouldn't bring about a certain attention. It's like that's very childish and naive.
That's childish and yeah, I completely agree.
But but to have that level of awareness and preparedness comes with that awareness to have that preparedness, and I don't think a lot of people have that.
It doesn't have to be sexual either. When I wear like what I like to wear, and people see me, they're like, oh, like some people automatically will engage in conversation based off the type of clothes that I like to wear. So I mean, I'm prepared and aware, and so I deal with it.
This is something I've also been wondering about with like gym culture. Like you get on Instagram and you see a bunch of reels of like girls doing like booty workouts in gyms and stuff like that. And some of them are like really, really, really like,
suggestive,
exactly, right? Because they're doing it for a video. And I've always wondered like other people at the gym they have to start looking over to be like, oh shit, like she's specifically using that machine incorrectly so that it gets her glutes, or even like the dudes do it as well, and it's all for the gram. But I mean,
So it's okay for me to look on the gram, but it's not okay for me to look in real life.
exactly. That's the weird thing too. But also when somebody in real life kind of like looks at you while you're doing something like that, like what if what you can't do it, you can't get caught.
But
and,
Doc,
you
we're
know,
assuming
now
here
there's
that the girl's doing this for the sole sake of promoting her sexuality. She's just doing this because her body's fit and she's promoting a healthy physique.
Yeah, I don't know at that point. Yeah, that's where the mind games start up.
Exactly. That's why this is all dumb.
But like, there's like one real challenge I saw where it's just like a girl in like yoga pants. Like they try to like pull down their pants before they do the squat, and then they pull it back up and they do the squat normally while there's people around in the gym.
What?
Yeah, I saw it on a reel when I was like going through them, and evidently it was like a thing. So I was like, oh, I guess like, so you're gonna get caught. There's like 40 people. Some people on the treadmill probably look over and be like, oh damn, and then like, you know, the video ends. But I imagine you have onlookers no matter what you're doing, as long as you're filming stuff. Even if you just pull out a camera next to me, I look at what you're doing. It doesn't matter if like they're half naked or whatever. When you hang around people or go out and you see Instagram or YouTubers and, you know, vloggers and stuff like that, like, to me they catch my eye because they're talking to themselves into a screen, and I'm like, oh, okay, let me steer clear of them, not because they're crazy, but because like I don't want to be in the shot, or I don't know what they're talking about or anything like that. Like, for all I know, they could be like, this is the site of whatever's happening, next congressman's showing up, and I'm like, ah, fuck, I don't want to be part of this.
Anybody who would get butt ass naked and walk down the street and say, you don't have the right to look at me, I would love to see what happened if they were shot. Because I'll walk right past them. Like I didn't even notice nothing. Because why? I'm not allowed to. What is that? You can't be butt ass naked and expect for people not to look at you.
That's a crazy metaphor, I'm not gonna lie to you,
But it's right on. Like what? But if you were shot, you would want me to see you, huh? You want me to help you? What? Anyway, it's fine. Let's go.
All right, let's get Ethan's opinion on this. What do you think, Ethan? Do you think she was hunting for
You
attention?
already know what Ethan think. Get him.
Get him.
Yeah. No, let's be real. Okay, so I couldn't see dude in the back. I couldn't see him, right? It was just too small on my screen. I couldn't tell if he was good looking. I couldn't tell if he was black, white, gray, Asian. But I guarantee you this: if dude would have looked like Chris Evans, she wouldn't have had not one thing to say. She would just be like, "Hey."
Good point.
Nah, I disagree. Honestly, I completely disagree.
I can do my squad, right? And as far as do what he did, no, don't be mad at him, because you see, she's bringing toxic into a business, right? If she's gonna do that to the trainer, whose job it is to be there,
have a point there.
see what's going on, you know what she's gonna do to some other dude who's also a patron and paying money to be there. Right? She's gonna make it uncomfortable.
That's fair.
Other guys
That's fair.
who go
That's
there.
fair.
And so she has no business being there. Look, there's other gyms, right? There's gyms for just straight up women, right?
Yeah,
you have
that's true.
female only gyms.
But why should I have to?
Go on.
You feel me? I'm just saying, right? You went in the
You're
gym,
absolutely
you
right.
see the guy's back. If you don't want to be looked at, then don't take your shirt off. Don't be over there doing the
Doing the
pose.
most.
First,
Yeah.
camera. You think they don't notice the camera up there? You think they're not gonna be looking to see what you're doing that you got the camera up there for?
So she raised her
Oh.
hands. Her hands were
Right.
in the air.
For the longest time, she paused in that post for a while. But I want to attack the Chris Evans thing because I think that would have added more incentive to the situation. If you got Chris Evans to look like a pervert in the same situation, you would hope, and I would assume in her narcissistic mind, I'm going to go even more viral. Chris Evans is a pervert.
Nah, I doubt it.
Really?
You know why you
I
wrong?
doubt it.
Okay.
I doubt it.
Bro, you got to prioritize the opportunity. Which opportunity is closer? You actually
Just say it's fucked
dating.
up.
It's fucked up, but that's, hey, son, y'all got to be real with me now.
Like,
I'm
if
not
he's
just
like
chatting.
actually Chris
I'm
Evans, not just a
chatting.
lookalike.
Word to my mother. I'm telling you, this is the truth. This is exactly how they behave. If the closest opportunity. If that is right there, is Chris Evans. Nigga, that's a couple million.
Oh,
easy.
you looking? Let me help you look.
Yeah, nigga.
Attitude
Trying to get
change.
the bag.
Wild.
I mean,
Okay.
back when I was young and you know what I'm saying? I'm not.
You're
saying
speaking
I
to my
was-
cynicism,
you know,
Ethan be saying this disclaimer so his wife don't get him.
no,
Back long time ago.
Let me keep my voice down. I don't want to get in trouble. Back, right? And I was fit. I was God's gift to the planet, but I was fit. Right? And I can tell you, there'd be times when I'm out with some of my boys who ain't fit. And, you know, girls, they look at my boy and they roll their eyes and then they be like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, yo, I'm having. So
I believe it.
that's what they do. That's what they do.
I
And
believe
this
it.
chick, she just
Yeah, Chris Evans.
me. This was
different.
like you said, for the gram.
Mm-hmm.
This was all for the gram, for the attention.
The money that she's trying to get from the gram and the attention is right there if it's Chris Evans.
No, that made sense when you said it, honestly. Because obviously Chris Evans, if she leaned into whatever he was looking at.
Trying to get in the next Marvel movie.
Yep, exactly. Or I just want to be able to say I'm dating Captain America. Anyway, let's move on.
Drop our OnlyFans and I fucked Captain America. I'm just playing. I shouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
But it felt so
let's
good.
move on.
So good.
That's a perfect way to end it. Nah, let's do let's do this one. Funny transition from this now.
Is this never hit a woman? And is this wait? Hold on. I just have to ask. I know the title of this video is "Never Hit a Woman." Is this a video between two Africans?
Yeah. So
you have no idea how ignorant you are for this. Never hit a woman. The conversation between two African men, and of course the answer is I don't agree. Of course the answer is I. Racist. I'm just playing. You're not racist. Don't cut that shit out and say it. But no, this is hilarious that this two African men are having this conversation for real, and that's what. Okay, go for it. That's wild.
Yeah, Sarah Garvey. He shows up a lot on Just Pearly Things podcast. And he's having a conversation with one of his buddies, and obviously one of the questions they have is, clearly as you see in the title,
do you
never hit a woman? I don't agree. So they question whether or not it's okay to hit a woman or not. So let's start up and watch the reaction.
You see that one comment on the right? That one comment on the right just says, Batman once said the hands of justice don't discriminate.
Yo, play.
That would be the rule. That's what I was taught.
Start over real quick.
Let me never put your hands on a woman. That would be the rule. That's what I was taught growing up. Let me ask a deeper question. Do you agree with that rule? At this point in time, no. I don't agree with that. Why? Because I believe that if anybody puts their hands on you, you have every right to put your hands on them. So if a woman, you're openly saying that you would...
Oh, that's what he's good.
I would hit somebody if I feel that my life is in danger or somebody attacked me. A person doesn't... So it's not woman anymore. Because now men can be women and women can be men. So, apparently we're equal, right? Yeah. So if a person, right, attacked me and went to attack me, I have every right to defend myself. Isn't that what we should be doing?
Yeah, but you know that you're physically stronger than a woman, though.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
But something's going on in her head that makes her think that she can take my punch. Okay, but
we will test it today.
If you know that, you know I'm physically stronger than a woman.
Yeah.
You know you're physically stronger than a woman. Yeah. So why doesn't she know that? let me. True. We know this as men. Why didn't she know that? Why does she think she can do it?
Oh my God!
Honestly,
this nigga said.
That's why I was like, we gotta talk about this because that was funny.
That's the type of nigga. Girl said, "Hit me there." He knocking her out. She asked me to hit her.
All right, so same question at y'all. Do you guys think men should hit women?
No, wait, hold on. I'm gonna give you a whole good opportunity to rephrase that shit. Y'all beat y'all bitches.
I don't think it's right to hit women, so let me rephrase it to hit, like, retaliate. If a woman hits you, is it okay to retaliate? Because I think that's the more appropriate way to question it. Because obviously, you should hit anybody. That's the default go-to.
If a woman hits you,
that's why I think it's a more appropriate question.
I think it was an extreme. Like he said, like if I feel my life is in danger, like if escaping or just like pushing you out my way or like moving you isn't an option, and then I'll defend myself. But like to what extent? is also going to be different too. It's going to be scaled.
There's a point I want to get to, but okay.
Because like, let's say I
reaction
punch you,
is scaled, you're saying, correct?
yeah, my reaction is going to be scaled. So what if I don't see no other way out but to hit you one good time? I hit you with a jab. If the jab is enough to get you out my way, I'm not going to knock your shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go upside your head. I'm going to just keep it pushing. But I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying? You can't get off on a girl. Like, you can't get off on a girl. Like,
Doc?
Kind of agree with both the guy speaking and John. Like, it definitely takes a measured issue as well as a measured response to the situation. Because it's like he said too. Like, I mean, what if the person is just somebody who's got the full musculature of a man but identifies as a woman, and they're being hyper aggressive? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're being raped by them or something like that, or they're, I don't know, whatever reason. Like, you know, you have every right to defend yourself, or even if it's just like a smaller, thin woman like trying to do something to you, being hyper aggressive. And like, I'm not saying like, you know, right off the bat you just give them 100% like a fucking kick to the sternum or anything like that. You're just like, you know, you get hit one or too many times, you're like, all right, this is enough, and then like, you know, break free. What are the rules in the streets where it's like you break free and then you escape? Like, you gotta do that shit. You gotta do it as long as you preserve your life. I don't think it's like a first thing that you should resort to, a first action, a first hit, or anything like that. And he's right too. Like, with the advent of like modern progressiveness, I think a lot of the old rules are dying because a lot of people are asking for the old rules to die, but I don't think they realize the rest of the fallout.
Yeah.
And so like that rule specifically was in place because it was understood that they accepted their position of frailty, I guess, or, you know,
femininity or whatever.
Yeah, femininity. I guess frailty is the wrong word.
Equal rights and equal lefts. It's wild.
But I think some dogs are fighting outside my apartment. I'm sorry if you guys can hear that.
Not really. It's kind of faint.
Probably a man beating a woman.
But yeah, like if they accepted a situation like that where, sorry, the dogs are distracting me. Yeah, they accepted that place where they were considered and accepted that they were weaker. Then men had to obviously regulate themselves. But
chivalry
now,
kind of thing.
That's gone. Yeah, the chivalric rules are all dead. And so at this point, you have to decide whether or not you still have to follow those rules yourself.
That kind of dives into another question about chivalry, but I don't want to get into that, honestly, because that's a whole nother conversation. I would just want to add that...
He said, why doesn't she know?
I was actually taught differently. So...
Oh, what was I taught?
Well, no, I'm about to ask that, because they said, obviously, they were taught growing up, like, don't hit a woman. Were you guys taught don't hit a woman, John?
Oh, no. I was taught...
Doc, were you taught don't hit a woman?
Yeah, for the most part.
No, what? Nah, see? No.
That's why, because I was taught differently. My mom actually taught me growing up is don't let a woman. Well, there was more detail to it. Basically, don't let a woman hit you. Like, just don't be hit.
Yes.
Don't like, and obviously to add to your points about measured response, they teach you about, but don't obviously overreact, because obviously men tend to be more all this. I don't get into it, but stronger, all the bone strength, the density, structure, testosterone, blah blah, yazzie blah. It's
maybe. that's what they would say to all of that shit you just said.
Maybe. So there's a reason why we have to build. We're taught to have a measured response.
Correct.
So is it then? Well, first, before I get into that, let's address then what you were taught. So I said I wasn't taught that growing up. What about you?
I was taught 2 warnings.
2 warnings.
Like 2 full warnings. And if you can move out the way, obviously, like you said,
yeah.
But
if you can separate yourself, but 2 warnings.
2 warnings.
Yeah. Doc, you said you were taught not to women. Could you elaborate a little bit? Or is it just something like this that simple?
I was just taught, like, don't do it. But not in a weird way, though, not because of the, like men don't do that, but more so, like, there's a lot of repercussions for it. Like,
more of a safety aspect.
Yeah, because I mean, I grew up in mostly a military family, and I remember them telling me, like, yo, like, when you interact with them, like there's a lot of things that like you can and can't do because their side will always be taken, and so you need to
Tread
for the most part like
carefully.
not yeah, you just need to be respectful and kind of like just avoid certain situations and just don't put yourself around in those places so that things don't happen. And this is just because I remember like my cousins and stuff like that talking about like how messy sexual harassment gets in the military and stuff like that. And yeah, so from that, they're like, don't hit even if they're being aggressive. Like just hold your ground because you don't know like how it's gonna look like in court and stuff like that. And just also like it's not always like the best thing if you do it first because for obvious reasons like the chivalry, but it wasn't ever like a you can never ever do that because you will lose all dignity. Like it was never one of those fucking big ordeals.
It was more just making you aware of the power they have when it comes to courts.
It wasn't chivalrous.
Legality.
It wasn't chivalrous. It was just like, okay, I can do it.
Like you're putting your whole livelihood at risk. But isn't that wrong? Because I don't know. That's why I have stats to back this up. But I mean, I could use Amber Heard as an example, that trial to be an example, honestly. But of false allegations, like even like, why do we take the woman's side? Like, there's some cases where women actually hit men, and they get away with it, no repercussions. And it's even if they do get caught about doing it, that's why I use Amber Heard as an example. It's seen as not a big deal.
Oh, okay. I think I can answer that. And this is just freestyling off the top of my bullshit ass head. The slippery slope on the other side is actually complete oppression. The slippery slope on their side is them misusing it and people's livelihoods and careers and all that stuff being affected, which is a deep slippery slope. But the other side of like it, and I get what you're saying, and it's both parties should be fairly heard out, is what you are saying. But the other side of it is
I think it was Bill Maher. No, it wasn't Bill Maher. It was the bald guy with the red hair. He was on The Mandalorian. What's his name? I keep forgetting his name.
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr, thank you. And he made the joke, a comedy skit about why can't you ask the question when it comes to that kind of stuff? Why'd you hit her? Why'd he hit you? Suddenly when you ask those questions, it's like you're blaming the victim.
Mm-hmm.
Genuine question. No man just snaps one day and just wants to hit women. Men don't just want to hit women. And it was a funny skit. So that's why is it wrong
some men just want to hit women.
I'm not saying there aren't.
Mm-hmm.
But on average, like I said before, I don't have the statistics to back this up, but on average, I don't think men out here are just wanting to go around hitting women.
No, I think
there's usually
men
that's
can't control. There's some men that can't control their anger, and they still have the opportunity to leave, but they choose to hit women. So that's a preference in the situation. So like we can't take away from the actual decisions they're making. There are men who make not all men. Like you see how, for example, our example had to be something extreme, like the woman not letting us be able to move. So we physically had to do something. But what situation, statistically, do you think that a man would be in where he physically cannot leave to where he has to punch her?
Well, that's why I guess the question is in what level of assault, I guess, can you take before it's not so stigmatized to respond when it's from a man to a woman? Because obviously we all agree there's some level of restraint, but I would assume we would all then agree if there is level of restraint, there is a level of too much.
Yeah,
like when is the point where it's like, okay, bro, you're taking a little too much. Like you should react to let her know that to stop.
Unfortunately,
is it straight up like you just can't hit women at all?
No. Unfortunately, I already said that. Unfortunately, it's the too much is almost like, for example, it's unsaid, but the responsibility for some reason, I'm not saying right or wrong, is on us, because that's when all of a sudden accountability is specific and detailed. So like, whereas she's responsible for the damage she's doing to you or whatever it's that the direct response is going to be the physical violence, you are also responsible for not leaving the premises. You're also responsible as a man. That layer will be found out. Whereas I don't think most of the time, vice versa, it's asked. Like if it was a woman that was the abuser or whatever, like, or that not abuser, the woman that beat the man up, but in response to the man, you know what I'm saying? He said, "Let me in response to the man, the question wouldn't be asked, why didn't you just leave? You know what I'm saying? Whereas if it was the man, the police would ask, why didn't you just leave?
Because what I'm trying to get to is, I don't think we leave out of the conversation, but I don't think we emphasize this enough, which is I think it depends on the retaliation. Like, obviously, if the woman gets you to the point where it's like, yo, retaliate, we're not saying the retaliation should be punch her in the face.
Correct.
For example, one time with me, I had a girl who was literally hit me on the head, and I told her stop. She won't stop hitting me on the head. So I strongly backhand her in the stomach. And she got all mad, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what do you mean? You were slapping me in the head. All I did was back you in the stomach. If you couldn't stop when I was telling you to stop, then what makes you think I'm not going to let you know physical to physical that you need to stop? And understand there's a difference.
He said,
here.
what did he say? You knew, but why didn't she know?
But that's the point.
Okay.
So if they don't know, what? I guess deeper question, why do we need to let women know?
No, we shouldn't.
If that's not an arrogant way to put it.
What I'm saying is eventually, for some reason, in these situations, the accountability, you stop caring about who's supposed to be accountable for their part in the situation. Like if you're talking about it like tit for tat, like, oh, we were arguing, he said this, then I said this, then he said this, then I did this, then he did this. Eventually, when we're backtracking it, we don't make it all the way down to the actual root and discuss it. We stop somewhere in there. And so what I'm saying is most of the time we stop with the responsibility on the male. Like the last part of it is, why didn't you remove yourself? So there's almost as much onus on removing yourself than even physically assaulting the female. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying it's not a fair thing. It's just how it is, because the opposite, and I'm not saying you're saying the opposite is, but the opposite is men dominating in a way that would oppress women from actually sharing that these things happen to them. You know what I'm saying? And I know you're not saying that.
I get exactly what you're saying. I guess what I'm trying to point out is, right, but it's in the reverse right now.
Correct.
Where women are suppressing men in their manipulation to paint them as an aggressor.
Correct. But I'm just saying that's less.
So where's the middle ground?
I know. Gene, what do I tell you? We're a series of overcorrections. We're never in the middle.
Anything to chime in there, Doc? We kind of.
Yeah, I would disagree. You were saying that it's like in reverse, but I would honestly attribute like the publicity of the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial has kind of put skepticism into people's minds whether or not a woman can be an aggressor. Because I mean, predominantly in the past, like the reason why we always failed to default to the guys' agency in the situation is because we always assume that the men are the aggressor. But with like, you know, everything that just happened, that's starting to be questioned. And so I think it's very much going in a different way. Again, the other thing too is like a lot of people, like it's not just us, are realizing that with the new progressive values, the old ones are falling away. Because everyone's like having the same question. And they're like, wait, if we have to do this, can we do this? Do we have to still do this then? Like, well, I'm confused. And it's boggling a lot of people's minds. So I definitely actually see more hope than your pessimism, Gene, where I do think now when juries are formed and stuff like that for male trials of like any kind of abuse, I do think there is a healthy level of skepticism given towards the woman in the situation.
Is that a good or bad thing, though? You said it's optimistic, but me stuck in my skepticism. Like, but is that a good or bad thing?
I agree with him. Like, I would say like this is what we're currently at would be, if you want to call it a direction, center left. Whereas if it swung the other way, I don't think there would be a center right. It would just be right. It would just be.
I understand you're saying right. Like, I get what you're saying, but that's what my question was. What is center right then?
Center right would be more, a little bit more women too scared to speak up about it. But like the balance right now is the manipulation is what you're saying. So there'd be the equivalent of women manipulating the system, saying that these things are happening, is a man oppressing a woman from saying it. Like that's the equal.
Okay.
So regardless, like however it scales, I'm not saying it's 1 and 1.
Yeah.
But that would be the opposite.
People just gotta stop hitting each other at the end of the day. People just gotta stop hitting each other at the end of the day. If you
Yeah,
hit
everyone keep your
somebody,
hands to yourself.
keep your hands to yourself. Like it's wild that people
Absolutely,
like put their
right.
hands on other people and don't expect a reaction. Like
That's
that's honestly the
wild.
hard. That's honestly the heart of it.
Yes.
The wildest part.
Yes,
is
and
no
then
matter
the
who you are.
confidence they have.
Yeah, that's honestly.
Oh
at the
my
end of the day.
gosh. Hit me.
Yeah,
Hit me.
and not expecting to be hit, to provoke that level of provocation, and then not expect that to actually be provoked. Them not to actually be provoked. It's wild. That's just wild. That's a carefree lifestyle that I'm just not. I can't imagine living.
Schoolyard rule, man. Treat others how you would like to be treated.
Straight up. What do you think, Ethan? He's sitting over here. Let me in, coach. He's got some opinions.
Ask you. I'm gonna ask all three of y'all straight up. Somebody smaller than you, another dude walks up to you, and he's smaller than you, and he smacks you dead across the face. What are you going to do?
Beat his ass.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a short motherfucker, so.
Exactly. Exactly. I don't care who you are. If it's another man, and if he's smaller than you, and he raises hands on you, you're gonna knock his teeth out. Why should it be any?
Honestly, you know what? Actually, you know what, Ethan? I'm grown now, so I would like to believe that if confronted,
You would like to believe.
He wasn't letting that slide.
When it comes down to it, you a man.
Yeah, you're right.
You all three, y'all are all men, and so when you get when
But they don't have to be
physical
short. If a man
violence is
hits
all-
me anything, it's
Yeah, I was
already
about
like
to say.
you engage something that you forced me to engage in.
the point in that analogy is this: is it doesn't matter if the other person is smaller than you. It doesn't matter if the other person is bigger than you. If they raise
Right.
hands, you can hands. The man's
You were
going to
challenged.
come out of you, right?
Correct.
So why are we supposed to then allow ourselves to be physically abused person simply because they have ovaries?
And sexually, don't forget my boy.
I don't care who you are. That's not how I was raised.
Maybe-
I was
He's not letting us slide. Why is he complaining?
You don't put your hands on nobody. That's how I was raised. I grew up. You know where I grew up?
Yeah.
Because you grew up in the same city.
Facts. Yeah.
You don't put your hands on
Don't
nobody.
put your
if
hands
you
on
want to put hands on
nobody.
you.
And then also is the kind of factor is like you don't know who's related to what. So it's like, nigga, you touch this nigga or whatever, you do that shit. He might got a sister for you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, don't touch her because she might got a brother for you. So it's just like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's so you go around punching people in the face, right? You just don't do it. That's not the way it was. And so why do we as men have to allow ourselves to be physically assaulted?
No.
Like on the other side of that, right? If you put your hands on a woman, just because y'all arguing, right? This is how it starts. So the argument starts. She get mad and she slaps you in the face.
Okay, wait.
So
I agree with you.
Roles are reversed.
But men don't report it. And that is on us.
You can make the same thing about women, but it's also on them too if women don't report.
Because the truth is, I've seen it. Cops are men, most of them, right? And when those men pull up and you say, I have been abused, if it's not like a hilarious matter or whatever, most of them ask you, they're going to do their job. They're going to do their job. Do you want to press charges? Do you want to arrest her? Like, they're going to do their job. Yeah,
exactly.
Because also, as men, they probably understand. Like, he had an option to beat you.
But that's the thing too. As men, is we're more willing to accept violence, trauma. Period. Like goes back to the real point of this podcast, which was.
But do you think that's because of women?
We're just overall period. Okay.
I'm actually thinking about some shit now. Do you think that's because of women that we're trained to? That's because of men.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think that's because of women. I think that's overall as men because
they take advantage of it.
We're supposed to bear exactly.
They take advantage of it for sure.
As men, we're supposed to bear the brunt of not everything, but like we're supposedly to traditional roles as the leaders. And what does the leader do? He has to bear the responsibility. You know, he has to be all that kind of stuff. You know.
So yeah.
Put the weight of the world on his shoulders, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they take advantage of that, like you said.
Yeah, I agree. They take advantage of it, but it's still on us. We gotta report that shit.
But that then goes to Ethan's point. Does that go against your masculinity then? Because that's why I would argue.
But that's on you then. We can't blame the bitch no more.
Okay. Okay.
No.
No. Blame the bitch, right? Let's get it.
No. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm not saying just haul off and knock out every chick that puts her hand on you. That's just come on.
Yeah.
That's a little extreme. right? But I'm saying, if she's willing to put her hands on you, then that means that she doesn't have that barrier.
Facts.
Where she's not going to be willing to try and cut you, to hit you with something, to pick up a brick and bash you upside the head when you turn around and walk away.
Yeah.
And you from the ghetto, so you I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, facts.
They don't play that. I can't tell you how many times I've seen a chick reach in her mouth, pull that razor blade out from behind her cheek, and cut somebody's face over.
But that's where the assumption. But that's where the assumption of like if we're not gonna, I don't want to say nitpick, but if we're gonna add and I agree with you, but if we're gonna add, like, take gender out of it as far as like the argument of gender, right? That's where the assumption of the responsibility is, like, I equate this
once you
to
add gender as responsibility.
Correct,
So,
because like I equate it to a police officer in a situation. The police officer needs to be willing to take the short end of the stick. That's because that's their duty or their whatever it is. So when it comes to that, the leverage should be on their side somewhat. As far as like what equals one for, you know what I'm saying? Like if we were playing a video game, if we were both level 20, right? Or fuck the level or whatever. If my damage is doing 100 and her damage is doing 10,
even that extreme. But
I shouldn't aggro off just a 10. You feel what I'm saying? And I know he's not saying that at all. I'm just saying that's
the real question. The real question we're getting to is, go on. What do you mean?
What all I'm saying is, you know, like you said earlier, everybody needs to eat their hands to themselves. But you just because you're a man doesn't mean you have to allow yourself to be physically abused.
100%.
Because you don't know what's person's mind, right? You don't know you don't know what they're gonna do. If you're willing to crack that seal and put your hands on somebody, then that just means that you're willing to take it the extra yard. Because I don't know about you, but I know I've been in fights when I was young, right? And when we get to fighting, son. Somebody's going to sleep.
Honestly,
So
this is proven
if
Doc's
you punch
point
him
about
in the face-
like the whole progressive influence, because since we're leaning more progressive, men who are more progressive, but trying to also, I think, balance out masculinity. How do I be a progressive man and masculine? Do I take women hit me or not? Do I stick to these traditional gender roles and like be chivalrous? I think like these questions are actually, but these questions are being asked though. That's the point of all this.
But that's what I said to what he's talking about. That's why I said at that point what he just said, just that part was if the girls, it's hour 17. If the girl is willing to break that barrier by putting her hands on you, you don't know what she could do when you turn your back, right? So your next action of violence would be seen as what, from your point of view, preventative from what you don't know what she would do. That's why I equated it to police. I said because it's the equivalent of a police officer saying, I did something because I didn't know what the person would do. So it's a balance, but the balance should scale towards the person who's not the officer and the person who is a little bit weaker when it comes to I know it's bad to say, but that's the point in the argument where legally we'll start losing is really kind of my point.
I guess Google Doc's point, right? He was taught like if they have the upper hand when it comes to legality situations.
Exactly. And so that's where like if you go to court and say I was scared she would do something when I turned my back, that's where I feel like the court, the general public opinion shifts against you. That's, I guess, my point.
I feel like then that's the arena where we have to kind of go into, because I agree with Ethan though, like you have to have 100%. A level of self-respect to understand that this person clearly doesn't have respect for you.
Facts.
And so like at that point you're like, oh shit, like I have to calculate whether or not this person's sane or not. And I think if you come up to the decision that this person is not respecting you enough that they're willing to actually hurt you, then you kind of have to it's funny, but like you kind of have to man up and go to the law and be like, look, I'm getting ahead of the curve before she says anything. This is what I think. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And yeah, then that's that. And I never have to talk to her again or whatever. But then that's when you get to it, because if she gets to it first, I think you're already starting, you know,
a losing battle.
Yeah,
isn't that the fucked up part? Because that is I've seen a lot of TikToks when they talk about this kind of stuff in situations, even on both sides. They always say make sure you report it. First one to report always gets more, not leeway, but just advantage. They get the better advantage. I want to say advantageous, but I couldn't phrase it right. They just get, yeah.
No,
But that's a weird way. But that's a weird way to navigate. Sorry, Doc, go for it. Well, I want to say advantageous, but I was trying to find a way to work it in. But my English was struggling in my brain.
No, I was just affirmating you. You said it correctly. You get the advantage.
But that's a weird way to navigate. I don't know. That's just weird to me. Like this social norm we're
It's 2022, bro. Progressive man.
It's weird to me. I'm like, to be completely honest with you, like this new 2020 social norm we're starting to create with this. I don't know. For me, it's just weird. I don't know, man. I guess that's my hot take. It's just weird. The way we're becoming is weird to me.
All this shit really just be competition, which is actually kind of funny.
Elaborate.
Like everything, like niggas got bored over time, and when you started like specifications, you started like people coming out of the closet and all that shit. Like everything just became a competition. Like we're all competing in some way, somehow, for either. Since it's not physical anymore, since it's not doing anything, it's like who's the most progressive, who's the most woke, who's the most morally upright, like who's the
biggest activist,
like, who's the biggest activist. Like even when you're talking about court, it's a competition between the two.
Who's more believable?
Like everything just turned out to be competition. Like men, women, like gender, like it all just became competition, which is funny that we had so much time on our hand. So much time on our hand that we created competitions in parts of our life that
we probably should have made a competition.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're right. We're already like an hour 20. We'll cut it here because I think the next one we'll try to talk for another 30 minutes. Yeah, but this was definitely honestly fun. I'm gonna try to do more videos where we react to other podcasters' takes because it just sparks interesting conversation to get their opinions and perspectives on this stuff. And honestly, that's why I brought him in for John. His reaction was hilarious. I try to get him.
I'm trying to make sure I get some chicken.
This guy. All right. Appreciate you hopping in, Ethan. We finally got you in. We've been asking for a long minute.
My boy.
Yes, sir.
My boy. We really appreciate you.
Hey, much respect. I've been tuning in because, like I said, y'all, man. Oh, I can't wait for y'all to blow up. All three of y'all, good, solid voices for your generation, man. Not even playing. I like just how you keep it straight. You know, I mean, this is where we at. This is what we're thinking. This is what we're seeing, and we're trying to work our way through this world. And that's the real part of it. And I enjoy this show, fellas.
Facts.
I really, really do.
Appreciate you. Exactly it. We're all just trying to figure this shit out.
Yeah, man, and my arms looking big now. Like, look at them shits.
All right, this guy. Make sure y'all follow our socials: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Fake Deep Thinking. This freaking guy posing. Hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell, and share our.
Are you okay?
Oh, you trying to draw a square?
No. Are you okay? You over here looking at me? Do you need something?
Yo, draw the square. I'll draw the L right now.
Do you need something?
Cut it, yeah. We about to go at it.
Do you need something?
See you next time on Fake Deep Thinking. Friends sitting down talking about the world. Fake Deep Thinking. Leave me alone. We kind of
Dickin'.
John.
What's up, guys? You're
Doc.
Yo.